Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Brandon Botto here, and today we're going to be working on the dirt bike. We got a new lever that came in. It was shipped from Minnesota, so it got here overnight, which was crazy. And then before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and install this. This is that smart surge protector that I was telling you guys about when we installed these lights up top. So we'll move the cars out, install that, and I'm going to move the bike towards the middle so we can work on it in the middle, have a little more room to work on it. And then when we're done, we'll move everything back in. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, move the cars out, and get everything rearranged. So as you guys can see here, I'm setting up the device before I put it up there so I don't have to deal with it later. So I basically just have it searching the internet right now, and it seems to have found it now. So I just go ahead and hit done, and then it's going to connect the device. And then if I ever hit the off button here, as you guys can see, when I hit the on and off button, the lights will turn on and off. I think it's just a little bit slow because the Wi-Fi up here is not good. Oh, actually I just missed the button, that's why. So it's literally instant. As soon as you hit it, just turns it on and off. Perfect for what we need. The only problem I have with this is I didn't realize this, but it has no way of mounting to the ceiling. So that's gonna be kind of fun putting it up there. I think what we're gonna do is I might have some 3M tape laying around somewhere. And sorry if my hand's in the shop, but I think I have some 3M tape laying around that I can throw up there. I just gotta figure out how far these can go. These wires here can go, because I don't think these are gonna be able to reach. So I might have to make a trip to Walmart, but we'll see. Alright, so I stopped by Target, which is like one place I never shop because that place is just full of white preppy girls. But pretty much we picked up some 6-foot extension wire, some double-sided tape, and some clear tape because my mom and I go through that stuff like crazy. So it's already getting dark out, so kind of a wasted day. But I'm going to go ahead and install this stuff and get to work on the bike before it gets a little bit too late. And I want to get this done before all the bugs start coming in, so... Alright, so as you guys can see, the lights are working now, and I got them wired up to the center piece there. I have a main extension, or I have the extension for this one going up and then over just so it's out of the way and not hanging down. But I ended up having to tape it to the garage door opener, and then we just zip tied it out of the way so it won't get caught in the chain at all. And we just had to put it there because the ceiling would not accept the double-sided tape, and there's just no other way to mount it. So that's just kind of what we had to go down to, unless we decide to make a bracket for it or something. But we'll see how this goes. If we have any issues, then we'll change it down the line. But just showing you guys here, here's in the app. So you got a quick on-off switch, so it just turns off all the lights immediately. So it turns off both of them. And then we can individually go through here and turn on just one light. So as you guys can see, that just that light is on, that one's off. So we can go through and we can choose every single light that we want on or off, or we can just turn all of them on, and then just like that, we're all good to go. So it's super sick. And once I get the other side in, then we can choose to do different lighting if we wanted to, just for more exaggerated lighting, or if I'm only working in this area and I want to save some energy, or whatever the case may be, I have the opportunity to do that. More likely I'm just going to turn all of them on at once. It seems very like situational that it'll ever come down to that, using only one light. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and start working on this bike. I know this video kind of took a turn and went into just the lighting and the whole second part of that video, pretty much. But we have a few new parts for the bike. I'm going to go ahead and slap those on. I really wish I would have got out here earlier today because it was so nice out. It was like absolutely beautiful. Such a wasted day. But anyways, we're going to start working on the bike, get it ready, and maybe I'll take it out for a rip tomorrow. We'll see. All right, so we got the bike on a bucket just as a stand for now. And it looks pretty decent. But anyway, the last night it leaked a decent amount, and this just straight up tells us that there is very much something wrong with this, because there is a lot of oil in that gas. There actually shouldn't even be any gas anyway, because if there wasn't oil in the gas would evaporate overnight, because gas evaporates pretty dang quickly. And when it's in small drops like that, like when I had the RX-7, it spilled a bunch of gas all over the ground when I was putting a fuel filter in, and that gas evaporated in like an hour. So this should be gone if there wasn't oil in it. So there's oil mixed in it, and a lot of it, and so that's not good. Now we need to figure out why exactly it's mixing oil, and I'm guessing it's going to be piston rings that are mixing it. But at the same time, there's also a really bad leak. I'm going to have to get a flashlight out for this. There's also a really bad leak up here at the top of the head. So I'm not entirely sure if maybe it's a head gasket, or maybe it's because it does come from like the head gasket area, or if maybe it's coming from the valves and the valves are somehow leaking down. It could be a lot of things. So overall, I think this bike is definitely going to need like an overhaul, like a complete overhaul on the top end. The bottom end feels completely fine. I mean, I don't really know what the bottom end is supposed to feel like anyway, but I know there's like a ticking noise coming from the top of the motor. There's a bunch of oil coming from the top of the motor that's burning the oil off. So just overall, the entire top end is pretty much going to need a rebuild. As far as bottom end though, I don't hear any noises from the bottom end. I don't have any issues shifting. I don't have any issues with rod knock or anything like that. Well, it could be rod knock, but I don't think it's rod knock. There's just a lot of things that are bad with the top end, and I think it carries over to just overall, and I don't see anything wrong with the bottom end. So with that being said, I think I'm going to order pretty much everything to rebuild the top end minus a timing chain and timing chain tensioner, because I could do those as well while I'm in there. I probably should do it because I'm already in there. But at the same time, for a full rebuild without those things, it's only like $200 compared to if I had those two things, it's almost like $500, just because those two things are so much more expensive than the rest of the parts. So I'm just going to do a rings, gaskets, and seals, and we'll see if that helps out a lot. And I'm also going to get a new carb because this carb is garbage. But with that rant over, basically what I'm going to do tonight is we're going to go ahead and put that new lever on. We're going to go ahead and put the new not the new headlight, but the headlight back in. I'm going to try to get the neutral switch to work again. And I'm also going to put a switch on. So apparently this is the key, where the key was originally put into. So I'm going to try to rewire that into an actual switch so I can turn it on and off and not have to let it die out in order to turn off the bike, because that is really annoying and it takes a lot longer than if I could just turn it on and off. So I'm going to go ahead and try to find a switch that I can put in there so we can get that wired up. And I'm going to try to rewire it so that the neutral light comes back on, because there is actually a light right here for the neutral light. And then I'm going to try to fix the turn signals and the high beams. I think all that stuff is going to get fixed when we put the lights back in, so hopefully that's the case. Alright, so I'm not sure how much footage I actually got last night, but what I was able to do was I was able to get this headlight back in. I don't know if it's going to stay there or not. It might fall out. I got to remove these zip ties and put the bolts back in so it makes full contact. So I'll probably do that before we head out, because I'm going to do a separate video of me riding the bike. But I wanted to rewire the switch on it, because initially he had this all just like wired up like kind of like how it is now, just red to black, and then the green and black and white are just disconnected. And it works, but at the same time, it won't turn off then. And so I want to rewire it so that that it'll turn on and off with a switch, because I don't like letting the bike kill itself. It's just, to me, it doesn't seem right. Plus, it takes way too long and it smokes way too much. So I went ahead and I got a switch from Walmart. This is just a basic on-off 30 amp switch. Should be good enough for what we need. It has 4 prongs, but I think I can only use 2 of them for the way that this is set up. And basically, just to show you guys here on how it's set up, this is the original switch. So this is the original switch that came on the bike. There's supposed to be a key on it, obviously, but that's just basically the basic wiring right there if you wanted to see it. And I just dropped a part, but I'm not going to be able to reuse this anyway. I was going to try and gut out the key piece, or the key cylinder. I was going to try and gut out the key cylinder so that I could literally just stick any key in there and it'd be good to go, but it didn't work out very well. So I'm going to go ahead, wire this in, and then I think I'm gonna probably end the video and go take it out for a rip. All right, so I went ahead, I put in that switch right here. So as you guys can see, I just got it sitting right here on off, and it actually, nope, doesn't light up. But basically what I did was I just put the 4 wires in here. I put the black, white, and the green on the same side, and then the red and the black on the same side, and then it actually works. So that's surprising. I didn't think it was going to work as easy as that. And then we got the headlight back in. It's all in there, bolted in with its original bolts on both sides. So that's not going anywhere. And then just to show you guys how this is set up now, go ahead and turn on the gas. And then if I hop on here, so as you guys can see, it's on. And all you gotta do is hit the button and it turns right off. It's got the light on, the front light works and everything, so we're good to go. So that's it for this video. I'm gonna go ahead and take this thing out for a rip, and I'll catch you guys in the next video where I'm taking it out for a rip. Go ahead and check out the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.
I seen a lot of shit I shouldn't have, but never forgot it though. Brothers on the corner selling crack like it was nada though. Walk inside my kitchen, baking soda all up on the floor. Police banging on the door while gripping the 44. I was just a youngin', but this type of shit I seen before. Y'all see a white boy, but my daddy a Negro. Half-breed motherfucker, grip the mic and heat flow. I just wanna spread love, they want me to bleed slow. I just wanna keep the peace.